Well, here you have it. My first dirt bike. I made the decision on going ahead and getting a motorcycle here soon. I mean, whenever I can afford a nice one. Or not nice one, by any means, not nice. Something like those 60s bikes I showed you, or something I can afford, well under $1,000 probably. Or at 1,000. Gonna learn how to, use a clutch. I haven't used a clutch on a bike in a while. This turns over real nice. It wasn't getting spark. I got a fouled spark plug. I'm gonna start with that. Just as simple as checking the spark plug, adding some 2-cycle mix. It is 2-cycle. Cleaning the carburetor out, which is up under there. You can see the bowl. See how I can get to it. I haven't worked on a bike. Oh, yep. Yeah, definitely needs cleaned. I'm gonna have to take that out and either clean it or repair it or replace it, and should be good to go. Oh man, I wonder what this is. Somebody has cut the yellow wire. Yeah, might be important. I'll have to take a good look at everything. Stay tuned. Alright. All cleaned up. Mostly. It is orange. I thought this thing was red. Just goes to show you. Sounds great. I gotta check the oil, all that fun stuff tomorrow. Change the spark plug. Right now I'm just gonna make sure the tires hold air overnight, and oil change possibly. Probably wait till tomorrow when I can see some more stuff. So, alright, tune in tomorrow. Alright. Got the Yamaha cleaned up. I know it's got KTM stuff all over it, but it is a Yamaha. Not exactly sure still what year, what exact model. So if anybody has any more information out there, I'm all ears. I'm not going to be like an expert. I've learned a lot just here in the last 10 minutes. So, what I really need to know, I guess, would be my last questions. Be a flash on for you, but is there a clutch cover here? Or supposed to be? Obviously, there's not one right here. But yeah, like, is there a cover in this area? It's supposed to be there. I mean, it looks like there is supposed to be. Then, let's see here. I have like a pink and green, and like black, and then yellow. So I've got that yellow cord coming out of the engine. I would imagine I need a kill switch hooked up in a ground. So, yep, that's what it is. Charging coil. The coil kind of goes to nowhere. So, all right, I'll need a coil and a disconnect. Luckily, I have one right here. Robin. All right, got air in the tires. Both tires are holding air. And both tires are actually surprisingly in great shape. I'm going to get the chrome rims polished up a little bit more tomorrow. Polish up the rear spring along with it. So we're going to go get some like steel wool and stuff. Man, it's come together great. It was so dirty and dusty. These look so much like these KTM stickers or whatever, or seat look so much different than the color of the bike. I thought the bike was red. I thought that was a Honda. I'm not gonna lie. I got a Honda frame off the guy, so right away I was like, oh yeah, it's gotta be a Honda. Because he was like joking, he's like, it's not a KTM, ha ha ha. I had a KTM before, but that's not a KTM. Because I saw Yamaha on the side of the, on the engine. So I knew it was a Yamaha engine at least. But yeah, it says a Yamaha frame. And it's orange. So I just don't know exactly what model. And, but it's got good compression. It needs a new spark plug and wire and kill switch. That was his problem. That coil and kill switch went bad on him. And that's pretty much it, I think. So, I'm going to go check out the fuel tank a little bit more. All the way down in. And, swish a few things around. Clean it out. Then, get a new fuel filter. A few other little odds and ends. And some mix. And hopefully this thing starts up tomorrow. And all of a sudden, my little tiny investment more than quadrupled in just a few days. So stay tuned. And I still don't want to let you know the price quite yet. Or I might not let you know at all. I'll also get the... so obviously there's this bracket right here, bolts. There was a headlight. So this was like a full-on, nice front and back suspension mini bike, or dirt bike, so almost motorcycle like. Somebody let me know what the model is. Also, once you let me know what the model is, there's these wires coming out. The yellow one is cut, so I would imagine that's what I've got to hook up to the kill switch and then ground the kill switch, and then I should be good. I'll follow these, see where they go. There's like a green and pink one or something, and then black. Please let me know what those are, if you know. And thanks. Have a good night. Stay tuned. See this in the daylight tomorrow. Alright, next day. Woke up, and I was like, why am I so happy? Oh yeah, that's right. Because Tyler got his first dirt bike, that's why. It wasn't a dream. Like I mentioned, I need to get used to clutch and shifting. It's got 4 gears, all up, neutral's down. So it's easy to learn off of. So, hopefully gonna get this thing up and running in the next few days. He said it hasn't ran in a few years. Braun. Hey, Braun. Alright, gonna check the condition. Fuel tank. Oh, nice. And that tank is clean. Good. Alright. That's the first major thing there. Alright, so that's a 2-cycle, so I'm going to need to get mix, or get oil and mix. Hey, leave your brother alone. And what we got going on here? We got black from the ground and power, maybe. green and red. Green with a red stripe, I mean. And then yellow. So yellow is disconnected. There is no kill switch. So I'd imagine that needs hooked up to a kill switch, and then the kill switch grounded. There is no spark. The spark plug's kind of broken at the top, and the plug. So new plug with a kill switch, some oil, and some fuel mix, some fuel and oil, and this thing should be good to go. I got that frame yesterday too. So, like a 1980 something Yamaha. It says 97cc. It's just missing front headlight, possibly like a horn, which I can get, and maybe a clutch cover, and then, you know, kill switch and stuff I just mentioned. I'm not sure what bolted on back here. Maybe just something he did. And looks like that's everything, pretty complete. So I'm gonna change the oil out and hopefully get this thing to start off. It's got good compression. Hopefully I can get it started today. And I've got this as kind of like a roller. This Honda XR80. So I got the swing arm back there. So I'm gonna put the swing arm back and put the tire on. So I got like a little roller, and I'm gonna probably make that an electric bike. So I have to look for a seat and a few things. I'm not gonna need the fuel tank. Maybe get a back fender. Or wait, no, that is the back fender. It's the front fender is bent. That one's in good shape too. New shock maybe. Alright. I'll update you guys later on. Hopefully I'm up and running. Update video here. I just went ahead and slid the seat off, which it conveniently just kind of comes off, flips over, and took a better look at some things. And as you can see there, better access. There's the choke on the carburetor. So I can see things a little clearer. Some good news and bad news of that. Good news is, I mean, I've gone through and the frame is in perfect shape. Everything in great shape. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like anything I can get running today immediately, because I've kind of probably found our issue. What I did, I came out here real quick and it didn't have a kill switch to begin with. So this yellow wire was going to nothing. So I assumed, you know, kill switch, right? So hooked that up and then grounded it and turned it over and nothing. So doesn't appear to be just that easy. But oh crap. Oh man, knocked that over again. Don't worry, it's holding on by just a thread, literally. I gotta redo that fuel line anyway. No big deal. Now we can see better. So as you can see, I'm gonna have to get some new wiring, some new plugs and stuff. This plug wire is completely shot. So I'm not sure exactly what all this is leading to. Probably the headlight and all that fun stuff. Got to get a new boot on here and check for spark again, 'cause didn't have spark. Man, this thing looks sweet. I mean, this is a motorcycle. This is not just a dirt bike. This is a motorcycle. It's got the wiring harness for, you know, headlight, high, low beam, turn signal. This is a motorcycle. This is awesome. I can't get this titled, unfortunately. So all it's got is just a bill of sale, no title. But something I can learn on for cheap. Stay tuned. More coming. Another update video. The more I get digging into this and taking apart more, the more I realize, like, what a killer deal I got. Like, a steal deal. So, this is a motorcycle. So, it's got high and low beam, turn signal, wired for horn. It's got a switch for everything. I finally found, main wiring harness and everything. That's going to be the issue there, is how corroded and nasty these are. So I was checking for spark. Wasn't getting spark, so I'm sure the issue is just in our harness there. So literally just a wiring harness and some time, a new headlight. Might as well throw on a tail light and wire it up for brake and everything. There wasn't a kill switch, so I just threw on this kill switch from the engine that I restored over there, that 98cc engine, because I don't have anything to put it on. So stole that and put that on the yellow wire there that was hanging out, and then grounded it. So that should do the trick if everything was working properly. I had the spark plug in earlier, just took it out, kicked it over, and no spark. But it sounds good. You got decent compression. The more I look into it, all original paint on the frame with no welds or cracks or anything. So, I got one heck of a deal, besides the fact that bill of sale only, no title, so I can never really have it on the road legally and licensed. So that stinks, because I can't use it as a motorcycle, but I can keep the dirt bike tires on it and learn how to use this clutch and shift properly, and a good starter bike. So, alright, so I know what I need to order, and it should just be a matter of a few days, and should be up and running when I get new parts. I'll have that done also, brake wise, and then that'll be up for sale. Probably somewhere around $450 or so. Cash. Looking a lot more orange now. Alright, after its second bath, I got everything down to this, what's this, a solenoid or something, and coil. This is going to have to be replaced, and the switch should still be good. That's a new kill switch I just put on. We've got a good throttle. Tires are holding there. I will need new tires and tubes. The rims should be good to refinish. Spokes seem fine. So let's get down to running business. I probably will need a new carburetor, but I will take that off and clean it. I got a new fuel filter, and so that little baby, and then a new fuel line, so don't worry about that mess. And then brand new spark plug. I've got a better one than that also if we need it, and should be good to go, Brian. I'm going to change the oil and make sure there's good oil in it and it's not leaking anywhere, and in the morning no oil leaks. We'll go from there. We'll keep on moving along. Then I'll do fuel and carburetor stuff tomorrow. Alright. This was up underneath behind the frame right there, so just two 10mm bolts. Nice little mount that's on. I like how this is built. The red is going into the black. Keep that in mind for video's sakes here. So I wasn't getting spark. So I mean, I know that for a fact. It's got to be the reason it's not running. So I will change the oil now that I got everything cleaned up. And again, I just want to make sure nothing is leaking oil. So I would change the oil, put new oil in it, seal that all up, and then in the morning tackle any kind of fuel things. I don't want to pour, that tank is completely bone dry. I don't want to pour anything in it right now to even try to see if it fires off. I'm going to try to see if it starts off starter fluid eventually before I start feeding too much into that carburetor that probably needs rebuilt. But at least we got the main harness here, and as you can see, wasn't running a headlight or anything, so not using much. So keep that in mind. So I don't know what needs to be on. So the black is coming up here to the green, the red from this coil and stuff, the spark plug coil, is going to the black. Well, black on that end. That's misleading. It's yellow. The red is going into the yellow. That's very misleading. Alright. I know. Whoop. Bron, Bron. He's such a good dog. He's just trying to figure out what I'm doing. Found this new hobby and fixing stuff, and he just doesn't understand. He just wants to play. Wants to play, 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 play. Your head looks big. Guys, I got a freaking heck of a deal. Heck of a deal. This is the best thing I've ever bought in my life. Period. Hands down. I'm going to restore a bunch of these. Because if people are just like giving these away because they don't know what's wrong, full suspension frame, if anything, was way worth it. Got an engine worth that in itself. Brakes, tires, worth that again in itself time over. So this is crazy. I'll spill the beans here. I spent $200 for this thing. $200. I'm gonna make this the coolest looking cafe racing bike ever. I'm gonna sell it for $2,000. Watch, $2,000. There's a frame over there, and I'm gonna make that into an electric bike. 1982 Honda XR80. Just a few parts I need to convert it. Mostly tires and all that stuff too. So this will need tires and stuff. But oh my gosh, I'm so happy, dude. Let's go to the dog park real quick, bud. Alright, I'm about to change the oil here. Probably the first time this oil has been changed in quite some time. So I'm not sure what we're about to find here. Got the flashlight on. Looking for some metal shavings. That's possible. It's definitely possible. Dark, pretty black. No metal in it. Not too bad. Oh, that's what was falling out. Makeshift gasket or something. It's all over the place. Clean that up and get a good gasket on. Day 3 of having this dirt bike. I wouldn't say necessarily working on it. I haven't been working 3 days straight on. Just here and there over the weekend. It's now Monday. I'm getting ready to head out to work, unfortunately. I did get the carburetor cleaned off today. Go. Back there now. Go. Sorry, he's trying to get out front and bother people. Got the, pretty much, I got all this cleaned up. It was caked, just covered in black. Old oil and fuel and oil mix also. Carburetor's all cleaned up externally. I just, shot some carb cleaner in there and let it soak. But I haven't taken the carb apart. I don't want to mess with the carburetor too much because this was running. I mean, I'll take the guy's word for it. It was running last time he had it out and about. I think it just lost spark. That coil went bad. So I don't want to mess with anything timing-wise, valves, carburetor, anything. I mean, everything's set up to just go once I get spark. So I've got the parts on its way. Should be here in about 2 days. And hopefully get that redone. I went ahead and redid the fuel line. Put a new fuel filter on. Put some clear line on there. Just so I could see what's going on. I like clear line. It's fun to see what's going on in there. Alright. Come back in a few days here, back out here, and I'll get this thing back put together. Day 4. Got the spark plug out. I got a package or two in the mail, so I've got some stuff on the table, and I'm going to get this rewired, check for some spark. So let's see, I'll show you guys what we got here. Come on. Guys, let's go. Let's see the start without doing the starting sequence. Wait on the little munchkins. Alright. This came, ignition coil, in a few, overnight. Unless I'm working so much and I just didn't realize the days, but man, that was awesome. But it doesn't have an end, doesn't have the coil. So I guess I've got to take that off and splice it onto that. So yeah, hopefully the ignition coil was the issue. We weren't getting spark. What I went ahead and got is a new ignition switch and keys. So it'll actually have a key, a new kill switch. So yeah, I'm just gonna run a different key off of it, and that bike does, or used to. It should have a speedometer with a speedo on it and stuff, but just like he did to it, most people turn it into a dirt bike. So you take the headlight off, the turn signals off, get key ignition out, so you can just kick start it and don't worry about a key. I want a key on it because I don't want anybody to steal it. I'm gonna use it as a motorcycle. Hello again, day 5 now, I believe, maybe day 4. And again, not just straight days out here in the garage working on it. Unfortunately, I do work out at Honda at night and go build cars on second shift every night for about 9 hours a day. It's real fun stuff. So I'm back to luckily our Saturday's canceled, so I can do this fun stuff. I love working on this. I should have been a mechanic. I guess I still can, in a sense. Gonna be 36 here in a few days. But, yeah, I guess it would have been nice to do just straight out of high school. This stuff's fun. Like, I don't necessarily like wrenching on cars and stuff, but motorcycles, dirt bikes, mini bikes, scooters, I love it. E-bikes, of course. Here is a wiring diagram. So what I was doing, the way I had things set up, I wasn't going to get spark. I should have known from all the videos that I've watched in the past to get, older 70s bikes with point systems running, cleaning, sanding points and fun stuff like that. I didn't just think of the basics. A battery. So, never been a battery back there for probably 15 years now, however long you had it. So, I need to, obviously, ground the battery, put the battery back, well, and I can put it wherever I want. I'm going to get an inline fuse. We're going here to the main switch, red. Then, the way I had this, ignition coil wired up wrong. I wired it to a kill switch. Essentially, it's wired correctly for like a new motor. This not being a new motor. So I'm going to take the black from coming out from the motor to the ignition coil and then leading to black on the switch. I don't have to have a kill switch necessarily. I'm going to probably hook up a kill switch to the main switch. What I am going to do also, for sure, is I've got this ignition. So I've got a new ignition key set there. So I can take a key out with me. If I use this like as a motorcycle, a key back on it. Used to have, factory-wise, it used to have a speedometer and then your key beside it. So some of the factory parts on eBay are going for a ridiculous amount of money. I don't necessarily need this to be back factory. It's like dirt biked out right now. Until I have the money to invest in street tires and some other things, I'm just going to keep this mostly, and until I can get the title and actually get it on the road legally. I'm just going to keep this set up as a dirt bike. But at least I know now what I got to accomplish. Put this battery on there. I've already gotten a lot done. Putting, new fuel filter, fuel lines in, cleaning everything out, cleaning off the points, and checking everything there. And then I did get the new ignition coil all installed. So I'm going to hook up a battery, ground it, and get it wired to the main switch, and we'll check for spark. And I believe I'm just going to end it here and then do like a part 1, part 2. So part 1 being everything I've needed to do now up till getting it actually running. So next video, I'll have the running and test ride videos. Hopefully. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not. And have a great day.